So you type in a sentence, something like, an astronaut riding a horse on the moon, photorealistic. You hit enter, and just seconds later, boom, a stunning, completely original image just appears on your screen. And yeah, it absolutely feels like magic, or like it's pulling something directly from your imagination. But what's actually happening behind the curtain is honestly one of the most fascinating engineering breakthroughs of our time. So what is actually happening inside that black box? How do these tools really do what they do? Because here's the crucial thing you have to understand. They aren't just searching the web and, stitching photos together like a collage. No, they're creating something entirely new, seemingly out of thin air.
Okay, first things first, let's get one thing straight. There is no tiny, sentient artist living inside your computer. These AIs are incredibly powerful prediction machines, and they've basically gone through the most intense art school imaginable, studying a library of images and text so vast it's hard to even wrap your head around.
We're talking about billions, with a B, of image and text pairs that have been scraped from the internet. The AI crunches through all of this data, and it starts to build this deep, statistical understanding of how words and pixels relate. It learns that the word sunset is statistically very likely to be connected with pixels that are orange, red, and usually arranged in a horizontal line.
Now, this is where it gets really mind-bending. When you or I see a dog, we feel things, right? We have memories, we understand the concept of dogness. But the AI, it sees a dog as a purely mathematical pattern. It's a complex map connecting text bits like fluffy or paw to very specific arrangements of pixels. It doesn't know what a dog is, but it knows, statistically, what a dog is supposed to look like. All right, so the AI has this giant, compressed library of our visual world stored as statistics, but how does it use that to make something totally new? Well, the secret is a core mechanism called a diffusion model. And get this, its main skill isn't drawing. It's a completely counterintuitive process called denoising. So during its training, the AI watches this little process happen millions of times. It takes a perfectly clear image, like this picture of a cat, and then step by step it adds layers of digital noise, just pure randomness, until the original picture is completely gone. All that's left is what looks like TV static. It literally learns how a clear image dissolves into total chaos. And this is where the magic happens. To create an image, the AI just runs that entire process in reverse. We give it a screen of pure random noise, and we ask it, hey, based on everything you've learned about cats, what's the most likely first step to remove some of this noise? It makes a guess, cleans it up a little, and then it asks itself the same question again, and again, and again, until a clear image just materializes out of the static. It's such a perfect analogy, right? The AI is basically a sculptor. Its block of marble isn't stone, it's pure randomness. And its chisel is pure probability. It's just chipping away at all that chaos to reveal the statistically probable shape hidden inside. Okay, but wait a second. That process alone would just create any random image from its training. A cat, a car, a landscape, whatever. So how do we get it to sculpt the specific thing we asked for? Well, that's where your text prompt comes in. You become the director of the whole show. So when you type in a prompt like this, a whole different part of the AI called a text encoder kicks into gear. Its only job is to translate your words, human language, into a mathematical format that denoising process can actually understand and use. And what it creates is this incredible thing we can call a meaning fingerprint. It's a super complex set of numbers, a vector, that mathematically represents the essence of your prompt. It captures the concepts of wolf, neon moon, and cyberpunk style, and just as important, the relationships between them. And this right here, this is the whole ball game. Without that guidance, the AI is just sculpting a random blob out of the static. But with your prompt's meaning, fingerprint, every single time it makes a guess to remove noise, it's also asking itself another question. Does this move me closer to looking like a majestic wolf howling at a neon moon? That fingerprint biases every single guess and steers the whole creation from start to finish. I gotta say, this is my favorite analogy for the whole thing. The random noise is like the raw, chaotic energy of a dream. And your text prompt, that's the whispered suggestion you give to the dreamer. Dream of wolves, dream of neon. And it shapes that chaos into a coherent scene. So now that we kind of get the process, it also starts to explain why AI images sometimes have those famous quirks and imperfections.
They're not just random mistakes. They are actually the logical result of this whole statistical dream process.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe the six-fingered hand in the room. Why can these incredible models render entire galaxies but so often get tripped up by something as simple as a human hand?
Well, it all comes back to that art school, the training data. Think about it. In those billions of photos, hands are often small, they're holding things, they're partly hidden, they show up in an almost infinite number of different poses. So what that means is the statistical pattern for hand is just way fuzzier and less consistent than the pattern for, say, a face. When the AI is denoising, its guess for what a hand should look like is just less confident.
Okay, this leads to another huge question I hear all the time, and it is a really important one. Is this whole thing just a super high-tech version of copy and paste? Is it plagiarism?
And the answer is pretty definitively no. The AI has learned these statistical relationships between concepts. It knows what wolf looks like, it knows what a neon moon looks like, and it knows what cyberpunk style kind of feels like. It then creates a totally new image by finding the mathematical space between those learned concepts, dreaming up a combination that has literally never existed before.
I want you to really let that sink in for a second. This tool is not a search engine for images. It is not a collage tool. It is a statistical imagination engine. It's dreaming up a brand new configuration of pixels that satisfies the mathematical rules of your prompt.
And here's the cool part. That means when you use these tools, you're doing something way more profound than you think. You're not just a user typing words into a box. You are an active participant. You are piloting this whole diffusion process. You're the one whispering suggestions into this vast sea of possibility. You are guiding a statistical dream.
Which, brings us to a final, much bigger question. This technology has learned the deep visual grammar of our world from all of our collective data, our art, our photos. In a very real way, it's dreaming with our data. So, as we get better and better at guiding these dreams, we really have to start asking ourselves, what should we ask it to dream about next?